inspiration for Valentine's Day this year, I put a poll on my Instagram asking if people preferred a bold eye look or a bold lip look. And when I checked it, the bold lip look had won. It actually was interesting because it looked like the high school teenagers preferred the eye look, whereas the adults, like my age and older, preferred the bold lip look. So it kind of was like a generational thing as to what they prefer, or so it seemed. So I'm going to be doing a bold lip look today. I have got my little Valentine's Day earrings on from TJ Maxx. And I've got to put my hair back because also I have got my fan on. It is hot in here. I had this bright idea. I was like, yeah, I'm going to crimp my hair. And I started like the very first crimp and it just wasn't taking. So I was like, forget it. So I tried to French braid the top. It's a work in progress. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a very light eye. I'm debating doing a winged liner. I'm not for sure yet on that. I'm going to do a very light gold eye and then save the boldness for the lip. So that is kind of our goal for today, what we're going to be doing. There, we'll use my little Valentine's Day headband to hold my hair back. So what was I saying? My vision is bold eyebrow, juicy skin, like very glowy, plump, radiant looking, a light gold eye, and a bold lip. Okay, let's start with brow. I kind of want to do a little bit of an ombre brow. Is that still a thing? I don't know. I don't know what. I'm just going to do whatever. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of a lighter brown in the front and darker in the back. So let's go ahead and shape it. Let's do, hold on. Let's do a little bit of soap styler. Get a little bit of spray. I'm actually going to go ahead and just let my skin kind of be soaking that up here while we're working. Got a little bit of product here. Let's brush it through. We got a little bit of a winter storm last night. We lost electric for about 12 hours, but thankfully we have a propane heater, so we just opened our basement door and that heat filtered right up. We opened the boys' bedroom door and honestly I think we only lost like 2 degrees of heat all night, so not bad in my opinion. Right now I think we're still on a level 2 county-wide emergency. I'm not 100%. I haven't looked lately to see if that's been lifted, but traffic still seems to be a little more heavy than I would have anticipated for a level 2, which I mean some of it was the electric company coming out to try to restore power, but so we're just gonna let that dry. This was the Revolution Soap Styler, and this is the new e.l.f. Brow Lift Applicator. I actually just used this side to kind of grab some of the product and then spooled it out, so that worked pretty well. No complaints there. I bought that to use with that new e.l.f. eyeshadow bite size thing, but it didn't really work, so I had to go back in and purchase this eyebrow duo pencil, which actually needs to go in my makeup kit. Let's go ahead and work on eyeshadow, and then we'll go back in and fill. So it's going to use a little bit of, you guessed it, Milani eyeshadow primer. I lost the lid to this one, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to throw it away because, okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw away my NYX glitter glue. Finally did pick up a new one of that. And I want to use it till I can't use it no more. So what are your Valentine's Day plans? Somebody let me know in the comments below. What are y'all doing? We're not actually going on Valentine's Day. We're going to wait till March. Our whole church is going to do like a little couples Valentine's Day outing. So that'll be our Valentine's Day thing. Oh, also, if you haven't seen the video where I did the look inspired by Peppa, Dolores, Felix, that whole family from Encanto, go check that out. But I also had a color palette for Mirabelle's side of the family, and look what I found. Does this not scream her family, like the Louisa and Isabella, Mirabelle? Like, does this not kind of scream her family? I'm just missing a little bit of green, which I obviously have in my collection. But this is the Euphoria palette from Profusion. Oh, this would have been good for that. Hey, Going back to another video, the Pantone, if you're looking for a periwinkle to go with that very Perry shade this year, this purple is spot on for that. But look at that. Oh my gosh, that is exactly that color palette. Tell me that's not that color palette. So anyway, if you're interested in seeing a look inspired by that family with this palette, let me know. Okay, I think we can go ahead and go in for brows. So I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. But yeah, let me know down below. What's everybody doing for Valentine's Day? Even if like you're single, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I remember one year when I was single, if you know Mandisa, she's a Christian artist. She had this Valentine's Day event and it was online. So I just stayed home and I ordered Chinese and I watched that all evening. And it was really not a bad time. One year when I was single, me and my girlfriends went out to eat for lunch, and that was our Valentine's Day celebration. I mean, I'm down for anything. Or even if you were in a relationship and like you're staying home, let me know what you're going to do. Are you going to do a puzzle? Are you going to watch a movie? Are you going to order in? Like, I literally just want to know what are your plans. If you have a family, are you going to do something to include your kids? Ooh, that's an interesting brow. Basically, anything you're doing, let me know down below. That's a bold brow. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm liking it or not. I don't know if I'm a soap brow gal. Okay, let's take some foundation here and kind of clean that up. I think that needs crisp for me to kind of figure out if I like it or not. I'm going to be using the Milani Cream to Powder foundation. That's another tip. So if you do your brows and then you want to go back in and clean them, I would actually suggest you taking your foundation rather than your concealer, because then it's going to look more natural when you blend it back into your skin, because generally concealer is a lighter shade, like what you use on your under eyes, unless you're using a concealer that you use to like spot conceal, which is usually more actually related to your skin color. Don't use a brighter color to shape out your brows. Like I'm using what I'm going to use for my foundation. This is not something I usually do ever, but I figure Valentine's Day is, you know, a special time that you can take a little extra time for yourself and really hit those like key details in makeup that maybe you don't always have time for on a regular basis. See, actually, this would be the time to use this sponge from e.l.f., that one with the silicone in, but use that blunt top to really get that straight edge cleanup. And if you're going to clean up your brow, do it before you do your eyeshadow so that you're not accidentally going over top of any eyeshadow that you may do. I think right now it looks too much, but I'm hoping then that once we do the lip, that it will kind of balance. So let's leave it for now and see how it looks with the full face. For eyes, again, I'm going very simple on the eyes. It's not going to be anything dramatic. So I am taking my Good as Gold palette from Colourpop, and I am going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take some of this shade State of Mind and just kind of pop that in the crease and upwards and really just blend that out. Nothing super crazy. And I'm going with gold. If I didn't have these earrings, I probably would have done silver, but since these earrings are gold, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a gold eyeshadow look. So now on the lid, I'm going to put a little bit of glitter glue. Oh, nice fresh glitter glue. Can't beat that. I think I'm going to take, okay, I'm going to take some of this 24 karat gold, which is kind of like a white gold. Place that all over the lid. And I'm going to take a little bit on a brush and really kind of the outline of my eyelid. Like I want to make sure it's going a little bit above my crease. And then over top of that, I'm going to take a little bit of this actual glitter Golden Touch and just pack that on a little bit. There. I think we are going to need a black wing. I think this calls for it. I'm going to do that later because I don't want to accidentally wipe it off. So there's the beginning of our eyes, and we're going to do a little bit of a black wing. This very pretty light gold with a little bit of that glitter, nothing too crazy. So now for face, I want a juicy face. So we need moisturizer. First thing I'm going to pop on is some of my Glow Radiant Moisturizer from e.l.f. This is e.l.f. Plus with coconut and hyaluronic acid, SPF 15. And like I said, I did spray a little bit of this on in the beginning to just let my skin kind of soak it up while we're going. Let's go in with some of this Revolution Glass Liquid Skin Illuminating Skin Primer. It'll give us kind of that glassy look to our skin. Little gremlins are trying to sneak in. Okay. Let's pat that onto the skin. Like, I'm really too making sure I get it in this kind of area where I'm going to go in with highlight. Then I'm gonna pop on some concealer with my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. Absolutely love this. Have not put it down since I got it. And we'll just brush that into place with our finger and kind of let it sit. Build up some coverage. Normally I wouldn't do this kind of like a V shape, but this concealer, because it's in the shade Light, really kind of matches my foundation. So I don't really stress about it. Now, if I had the lighter shade Fair, it would probably be a different story. But for now, I think it works fine. Okay, then I want to add some of this. This is new. I tried it the other day and I really liked how it looked. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. This is in the shade 01 Light. I thought when I got it, it was in 0 Light or 00 Light Fair. It was in that like section of the makeup, like the dividers. And then when I actually got home, I realized that somebody had just moved it. And it is just glowy. Again, this is a little too yellow for me, but I'm going to put it in this area. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and blend all of that in with my sponge. I'm gonna get a little bit of my Wet n Wild spray on it. And let's start with the concealer. And then I'm gonna take it over that Maybelline, just to kind of even out the color a little bit. And I'm only taking that Maybelline in like this area right here. Okay, so again, concealer. Now let's take it onto the Maybelline. I'm liking that. My skin looks very pretty and glowy, but like lit from within. So let me pull you in. So I hope you can see, like, there's just this glowiness. It's not glittery, it's not sparkly, but it's just like a lit from within glow, and that's what I wanted. So now on the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with some of the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation. And I'm just going to kind of hit the forehead and this area down here. I'm going to try it with this brush, the e.l.f. Medium Oval Complexion Brush. I have really been enjoying this, but I've never tried it with this product. So I'm just going to tap it in a little bit. And let's see what happens. Let's start down here in case I need to wipe it off. Oh no, actually that's doing great. This brush is amazing. I really want the smaller one for concealer. So I'm just swiping a little bit. Look at that, boom. And going in, kind of covering where I need. I'm gonna take a little bit on my cheek right here and just blend that over. Looks flawless. Looks flawless. Let's do this side, get a little bit on the cheek. Now I will say though, my nose area, I'll have to go in with the sponge. This brush is just a little too big, a little too big to really get in around my nose and blend properly. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely flawless. Okay, I'm gonna put just a little bit right here in the center of my forehead. Perfect. Now I'm gonna take my sponge, just a little dab of the Milani. Yeah, can you see on my hand the Maybelline? It's dried down, but it still has, even though it's dry, it has this sheen to it. Really nice. Holy cow, my skin looks flawless. Of course it looks flawless today. I'm not actually leaving the house. We're stuck in because of the ice storm. But don't tell my husband that. He'll get mad because he's a redneck with a truck, with the 4-wheel drive. And he's like, where you want to go? We ain't stuck. Which, I mean, is probably true, but I'm not going nowhere with these babies. But it's not that I don't trust us to drive. I don't trust other drivers on the road. They don't know that I have my babies in the car and they don't care. Potentially. Okay. Skin looks flawless. Let's... Oh, I don't really want to... Okay. To powder... For my under eyes only, I am going to powder with a little bit of my NYX. I'm going to tap out, make sure that there aren't any, isn't any creasing before I do that. So we're going to do the under eyes with this and the nose. Kind of like the center of the face. I don't think this will really take away any of my glow. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to kind of take it right in this area. Then on the perimeter of my face, I'm going to go in with some of my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. It has just the tiniest sheen to it. Like, I want to set my face, but I don't want to take away from this kind of glow that I've worked hard to achieve. So we'll just tap that everywhere else. So it'll set it, but it won't mattify it too much. Oh, the only problem I'm seeing is that I should have tapped out my forehead first, because it's settling a little bit into my forehead. Don't care for that. We don't want to set the wrinkles. So I just took my sponge into a little bit of that powder. Now I'm going to go over my forehead. Yeah, much better. Okay. So now I do want to contour. I'm going to go in with a little bit of my KVD with my fan brush. Love this technique. Found it from TikTok viral hack. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it for you. So for bronzer, I want a little bit of glow. Is this going to be too glowy? No, I think that'll work. Okay. Well, that wasn't drugstore. Anyway, that was a long conversation with me, myself, and I. For bronzer, I'm going to use some of this Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer in Pineapple Sun. I'm just going to go in on the bronzer side. Put a little bit of this on. Like I said, I want glowy, juicy skin. I can still see from that Maybelline the slight sheen that is like I said, it looks like it's radiating from within, which is great. I love it. That looks great. Okay, for blush, what I want to do is, I've just seen this on TikTok like a few minutes ago before I sat down, and I thought, oh, that looks cute. So they like ombre their blush. So I thought, why not? So we're going to do this. This is my Milani Rose Powder Blush Trio Palette in Floral Fantasy. So what it is there is a matte, a shiny, like a silky one, and then a shimmery blush. And the shimmery blush is the darker side of the blush. So I'm going to take the shimmery blush, which is the darker shade, and pop it up here, which is where I'm trying to keep that shine. Then, to bring it forward, I'm going to pop into this little bit of a lighter shade that is matte, and pop that on my cheeks. And a little bit of that on my nose. Oh shoot, that's pretty too. Listen to me. It's always the days, you're not going anywhere, that your makeup looks freaking flawless. I'm going to take kind of this fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is their loose pigmented highlighter in I'm So Lit. Just going to literally brush it all over right there. Take another tap. So I tap it, knock some of it off, and then just swirl. I'm actually taking from the cat. Like, there's not much product in there, but it will intensify quickly. Now we need a liner. This always scares me. I'm not very good at it, but it'll look good. It'll look good. I know it. So I'm going to spare you the trauma of watching me do this, potentially wrecking my makeup and crying, and I'll be right back. Oh, be thankful I spared you that. That was... But my skin looks great. I had to go back in and fix it and Q-tip it. I'm tired. Okay, so let's pop on some mascara. Okay, I have been loving this combination. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Base Primer, and then the L'Oreal Voluminous Curve Brush. Now, I tried this on its own. And I really wasn't the biggest fan of it when I initially tried it, but with the primer, it's a good combo. So I'm going to put some of this, okay, so primer. Honestly, if I was going out for Valentine's Day, I'd be doing lashes. Don't really feel like doing that right now. So we are just going to really do up the primer and the mascara. So now let's go back in. And this is in black, but it's the curved brush. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but. So I really will just take it on that curve and go to town. Just apply, go to the base, wiggle up, brush on, go to the base, wiggle up, brush on, and then do the same for the other eye. Then I'll do the Emily Noel trick before they dry. I'll put my finger and just kind of blink down onto my fingers to give them a little bit of curl. Now, if ever they feel like they're a little too clumpy, I do have individual little spoolies that I have from my makeup kit, and I'll just brush through that a little bit. But honestly, right now they look fine. Now, the other thing I will tell you is they do stay a little bit wet a little bit longer, so just be careful about blinking and potentially getting any transfer. I'm thinking about my under eye. I think I'm going to do just the lightest little bit of that shade State of Mind. So ever so lightly, a little bit of that shade State of Mind, nothing extreme. Okay, for lip liner, we're going in with NYX, I can't even read it, retractable lip liner in Sienna. So what I'm doing is just lightly dragging my finger across it to make it look more blurred rather than a harsh line. Then for lipstick, super cheap, from the Dollar General. This was like, they had it on sale for $1 and change. This is from LA Colors. This is their, what is this? This isn't matte, is it? This is their cream lipstick in Exquisite. I was really trying to find a red that kind of matched my earrings. I think I could have actually gone more orangey red, but it's okay. So you could leave it matte, totally fine. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of gloss in the middle. This is the Raw Beauty Kristi X Colourpop Gloss in Glacier. And I'm just going to, right in the middle, and like a Cupid's bow. And make sure you wipe it off the doe foot or your entire gloss will go red. All right, so let's take out the headband and see what we think. Other than that, here is our bold lip. Juicy, kind of a low maintenance eyeshadow Valentine's Day look. I cannot stress to you how nice my skin looks. I think I'm going to be a big fan of this. Again, the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. It really, like that, plus this, plus kind of going in with light makeup, nothing too heavy. Really just kind of focusing the glow in this area. And even like my forehead's a little glowy, but I'm fine with that. My makeup looks amazing. I really like this. I think too, if I added a little bit of a lash, that, like, especially my recent favorites are the ones like these ones, Winged and Bold, or Bold something from e.l.f. These aren't the ones. The ones that are kind of short on the inside and go longer on the outside, it would really kind of pop that wing, and I think we'd really have a look. But I am thoroughly happy. So now I'm going to go wear this in my living room because we're going nowhere. But here's some inspiration for Valentine's Day makeup. It doesn't have to be, I even like my brow. Like I said in the beginning, I was kind of a little bit hesitant, but I think now the little bit of a bold, feathery brow with the lip, it balances because they're further apart from each other. So I'm not mad about that, actually. I think it looks fine too. Here is our bold lip Valentine's Day look. If you would like to see a bolder eye makeup look for Valentine's Day, I will link for you my video from last year. I did a bolder kind of pink, mauvey pink eye makeup look. So go check that out, and it had more of a nude, neutral lip. So now you kind of have both examples to pull from. Again, let me know your Valentine's Day plans in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.